Did she slay though? I don't know. Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Oh, fuck, I need to get gas. Alright, well we're gonna get gas first. I kind of thought of this idea because I'm currently editing part 5 of the videos I scrapped or didn't finish video, and I was talking about in the video, in the very first video that is there on the part 5, which I will link in the description below, by the way, in case anyone wants to see this. In the very first part, in the video where we went to my mom's family's lake house, in that part I was discussing how that whole vibe kind of reminded me of Thanksgiving. This weather and being out here and seeing like that and stuff, it reminds me of like going to great grandma's house for Thanksgiving and going outside and playing on like the outside and stuff like that. Like the swing sets and stuff with my mom. And I was gonna share pictures and show like, and just kind of talk about memories and kind of tell you what that vibe was like, because that kind of like stuff really can't be topped. Like, I don't know, I loved that, and I always will always want to talk about it. And I kind of thought maybe that would be fun, but then I was like, no, don't do that in that video, because that's kind of not the point of that video. And then I thought, what if I had a nail appointment, my Thanksgiving nails. If you want to see that video, that will also be linked in the description below. So I had a nail appointment and I have to drive back to school now, and I was like thinking to myself, what if I did talk about it? However, my camera, don't know how long it's gonna hold out on me. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't know how long it's gonna hold out on me. So there's a good chance that it might not even hold out on me. But I'm just saying, I thought maybe that would be fun, and like I just wanted to kind of explain why I was doing this. But yeah, I was thinking that would be kind of a fun little thing, and maybe if someone didn't have these kinds of fun little experiences as a child with like holidays and like big families coming together, you can hear about mine and feel, I don't know, happy because you're hearing a good memory. So pretty much I'm kind of just gonna talk at you and then provide pictures over it, and or with like beside of it, I don't really know entirely. That's kind of what I'm gonna do, and I really truly just hope you enjoy. We used to go, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen these videos, we used to go to my great-grandparents' house for Thanksgiving like every year until my great-grandparents died. But yeah, that was fun. We used to go there every year for Thanksgiving. Every morning we would like wake up. I would wake up to my dad jumping on my bed singing the Thanksgiving song by Adam Sandler, and that's kind of like our big, that is our Thanksgiving song. Like, I mean, it's like, it is a Thanksgiving song, but I mean like that's kind of like, you know how we have like Christmas songs, Halloween songs and stuff like that. It's like our Thanksgiving song. We always listen to it like during that time, and I just remember that memory. I don't know how much he did that. Maybe he only did like once, but I just remember that. And I guess we would just wake up and get ready and then just go. I know it's about like an hour drive. Where did you come from? My camera's gonna die. But yeah, so then we would get there, and my grandma would like, my great-grandma, I'm gonna keep calling her grandma. My dad's mom is my nana, and my dad's grandmother is grandma. Like, she's my great-grandma, but I called her grandma, okay? Because I call my nana nana. That's the distinction right there. So grandma would have, she would like watch us, like watch for us, and then she would come out, and she would give us a hug. But I was shy when I was younger, which I know, right? Me being shy, that's crazy. But I was shy, so I never wanted to hug her until I got a little bit older. But I really regret that now. Like, I feel bad now whenever I really regret that. But so she would come out and like give us a hug, and then my grandparents would already be there, and my great aunt and uncle would already be there, and I don't remember. This is the problem. I don't remember well enough to know whether or not they would be there. I was talking about my aunt, uncle, and cousins because in my memory they're just always there. I don't remember them getting there. But thinking about it logically, they've always lived in Virginia for as long as I've been alive. So they were there because they would come up and then they would stay with my grandparents. So they would come up and they would stay with my grandparents, and then they would all go over together. But like they would bring like their own cars, so they would take 2 separate cars, but they would all go over at the same time. I could be wrong, I don't know for sure, but this is just what I'm thinking because this would just make sense like logically. Like I'm thinking about it and I'm like, yeah, that's probably what happened because that would make the most sense. But they would come up and they would stay with my grandparents, and then they would all go over to my great-grandparents' house. So they would already be there by the time I get there because they left at the same time my grandparents left. And I want to say that they always got there like 30 minutes before we did, but I also don't know that either. I was itty bitty, like I was like probably like this big, so I don't recall time. Like I don't know, but I want to say that we didn't get there much later than they did. But yeah, so that's, yeah, so they probably were there before, because that's probably what ended up happening. So they probably were there before we were. My other aunt and uncle didn't. They weren't there before we got there. Because we would leave kind of early, I guess. But yeah, so we would come in, and then my grandma would have a pumpkin pie waiting for me, which was really cool. And I think to have pumpkin pie waiting for like my dad and my brother too, but she knew how much I loved it and she would like get one like especially for me. I think if I asked my dad and my brother, they'd be like, yeah, she had one waiting for me. Although maybe not my brother, I don't know if he'd remember or not, but at least my dad, they'd be like, yeah, she had one waiting for me too. But like I said, I was little, so I don't remember that. I think I vaguely remember them getting some too, so I remember her like, because I would always remember her having like a slice of it in the microwave waiting for me, and I remember her pulling it out and giving it to me. But I'm pretty sure my dad and brother had a slice too, like they both had one as well as me. But like I said, I was little, so I don't remember. I just remember, like, specifically me. I wasn't really paying attention to my surroundings enough to remember that. So I think so, but I really don't recall. But I want to say that she had one for them too. It was just such a sweet little thing, because she knew how much we loved it, and she would just get one ready for us, which I love. I think that's so sweet. And I would always ask for it. And then, depending on whether or not Emma was there, we would play, and we would hang out. And then, like, there was always a trip where the adults would go and visit our Aunt Mary, who had Alzheimer's and was in a home, and they would always go visit, and the kids were never allowed to come, and I know that because I asked. Like, every single time, can I come? No. Hi, I have charged my camera this time, so it's not gonna die and I'm gonna finish this video. I'm driving home currently. I decided I was going to finish this video because I still really want to do this video. I like it, I liked the concept. Like I had these fun little experiences, but maybe not everyone did. So I feel like it would be fun to, I'm kind of saying the same thing I said already, but I just really liked the thought of sharing these moments with you. I still liked the thought of telling you guys my fun little Thanksgiving memories, and like from when our family would get together and everything, and sharing them with you, because maybe some people don't have those memories, and maybe it would be fun for them to hear other people's. Like or maybe you did have those memories and you still like hearing about them, so you want to hear other people's. Like, because me personally, I would love to hear about other people's fun memories and stuff like that, because like I just find that fun. I got my driver's license a year ago today, so happy 1 year to my driver's license. I found that crazy. It's already been a year. Like how crazy is that? To me, that's pretty crazy. So yeah, so I'm just gonna get started. The last thing I remember saying was that great grandma would have a pumpkin pie ready for me, and I was young, so I don't remember the details about other people, which is so self-centered for me to say. Like, I know how selfish that sounds. She must have had one for my dad, and I guess eventually my brother, because they loved it too. So yeah, but she would always have pumpkin pie ready and waiting for me, and that was one of my favorite things about getting there. I also talked about how I really regret not hugging her. I just was shy. I wasn't a hugger, and I think I said this before, but you're probably like, Ronnie, you shy? But I know, so I was pretty shy, so I wasn't really like used to her, because I didn't see her. I saw her like probably like once every 6 months, so I wasn't really used to her. But I regret that. I wish I hugged her a little more, because I loved her, and I know she loved me. Like, she adored me, and I'm not just saying that. Like people told me that too. Like I loved her though. I love her. And then I'm pretty sure my Auntie Amy and Uncle Tyler didn't get there until later, I'm pretty sure. And I just remember playing with Emma. We would play like all throughout the house and play house. We'd go outside, we'd play out there. I think we played house outside too. Because one time, I remember this memory like distinctly, but we would walk in and I was like, when's dinner? Because like at the time it was dinner time, and I said that, and then my Auntie Allison was like, it's soon, honey, I promise. And I was like, oh, like I was just the game, sorry. Like, I never said that, but I like felt bad, because I was like, no, it's just the game. And we would play with Trey too. The parade would be on. We would watch the parade. Like, us kids would come in and watch the parade. We would also get bored and like leave. But I remember watching the parade. Like, it was one of the first things we would do, is we would watch the parade. I remember people would, like, Mom and Nana and Auntie Amy and Auntie Allison would go in and help. And then I think Jamie, who is my second cousin, I think she would come, but I don't ever remember. I just remember my immediate family being there. And Grandma did most of the cooking. And they would help, and then they would kind of like hang out and talk, and every now and then I would come in. I would always eat pie. Like, literally, like always. I would come in like every like 30 minutes and eat a slice of pie. Grandma let me, but I sometimes would get yelled at. They'd be like, come on, like, don't spoil your dinner. And I'd be like, but it's pie. And then they'd be like, yeah, okay, it's Thanksgiving, so whatever. But we never ate. I think when we were younger, the kids ate breakfast, but like now, and like I think even back then too, like we never like ate. But like I said, I mean, obviously the kids probably ate breakfast, because that's what kids do. Because you gotta save room, you know? They used to have, we do a turkey bowl every year now, and I think they used to have it, but we don't have it anymore. Well, we do now, but I mean, like, we didn't then.
I'm going to take you, yeah, but you don't want to do that. You're going to go straight up Duke's Lidditz Pike. Now, right, Oregon Pike.
Just get in front of me.
I am.
There you go, look at that. Got a need for speed up there. My pappy came to school to visit me for lunch. We went to lunch together. That did like this day that I'm filming. So he was driving behind me because we were both driving home together, which I did explain, but I ended up cutting that out because it wasn't relevant information, but now it is, of course. So we were taking a different way home than usual because there was a traffic jam, and he called me and we were talking about like that, and I just thought that those two clips were really funny, so I wanted to share, but I had to give the context behind it. So I think a lot of people are road tripping today because I'm seeing a lot of people with like phones propped up. Pappy and I are getting smoothies when we get to the office. Anyways, so moving back onto the subject, one of my favorite, like my all-time favorite things, like ever, to do at grandma's house was play with the broom. I would like sweep on the porch. That was my favorite thing ever because they had like they had a broom sitting on the porch, obviously because leaves and stuff, and I would sweep it. Even if there was nothing there to sweep, I would sweep. And when there was something there to sweep, I loved sweeping it. But even when there was nothing there to sweep, I would still sweep. Like, I loved playing with that broom, and I don't understand why, because there was no real reason for it, but I loved it. So we would do that too. And that was another thing too, because I played with it. Every kid played with it. Like me, Trey, Emma, and Hayden, we all played with it because like I loved it and I was always playing with it, and then like I was the oldest, so like everyone else would also want to play with it, so like I was the influence. But like seriously, because I loved it so much, and I don't know why, but it was just like I was obsessed with that broom. It was like the first thing I would do when we go outside. Like I actually loved going outside to play so that I could play with that broom and like sweep and stuff. But yeah, because I was like the influence of that, like every kid was like playing with it also. One of my memories of playing with Emma was Princess of the Pop Star had just come out from Barbie, and we wanted to play that game, but we wanted to pretend to be like the Princess of the Pop Star, but we both wanted to be the pop star because we both have brown hair and our favorite colors were both purple. So like that was kind of awkward because I remember being like, I want to be her, and she was like, no, I want to be her. So we both just became her because we could do what we wanted, so we both just became her. But that was fun. Then like dinner would be ready and we would eat dinner, and what would we do? I don't remember. Why am I blanking? Dinner would be ready and we would eat dinner, and then sorry, I'm tired. So yeah, so we'd eat dinner. We did it at the kids' table. And by the way, Trey would play house with us, but like he would also go off and do his own thing because he would play with us for the most part. But then when we got older and Hayden came along, he would play with Hayden because they would play like trucks and stuff, and he wouldn't want to play like Princess and the Pop Star. He'd want to play with trucks and cars, so they would play together. But so when we got older, he would kind of play with us less and play with Hayden more. But when we were younger, he would play with us for everything. But like I got older, I was the first person to receive like a Nabby, because I had a Nabby first, and then I had a Kindle, and then I had an iPad. And we would play on all of those, like all three of us, because I don't remember what Hayden was doing, but he wasn't hanging out with us. One of the games that I played on my Kindle, Emma downloaded, and she would play it on her Kindle too. And then when we would get together, we would play that. So yeah, I mean, as we got older, we all hung out together. Like the four of us would play together. But yeah, so then we would go get dinner. We would get at the kids' table, and like one or two adults would eat with us. Usually Nana. I love Nana. She would always sit at the kids' table with us. And then like someone else, like sometimes my mom, sometimes Auntie Allison, like sometimes even Auntie Amy. Like it kind of fluctuated. I think my dad one year sat there at the kids' table with us. So yeah, so we'd have dinner. That was always fun. And then we would immediately go back to playing after dinner. When I got older, I used to offer to help clean up the dishes, and they would always say no, but I always offered. But you know, as I got older and you know, I offered to help. Oh, hello. I didn't even notice. Oh, it was an old lady that I passed. Well, you know what? She wasn't going fast enough. That's horrible.
Well, you got two lines, and you pick the shortest one. Well,
okay. So I think the last thing I remember was saying we would go play. It would get cold out. Not that it like wasn't cold to begin with, but it would get cold out like the later it like got. So we would kind of play inside too. Oh, it's the cat. Oh my goodness. Hi, pretty. Everyone used to sleep at grandma's house, and it was like a tradition for everyone when they were younger. They would spend the night there and stuff like that. Like my parents would come up from college and they would just stay there. So I hate to say this, but grandma's house really creeped me out, and I don't know why. Like once it became nighttime, I was scared. Wait. But anyways, so yeah, so we would play. I don't really know what the I'm talking about right now. Anyways, we would hang out And then we would leave and we would go to Johnstown. My parents, because they had a hockey game in Johnstown on Black Friday, so we would leave a little early, I guess, than like everyone else.
Okay, I don't know what I was on about with that because everyone came with, like my grandparents came with and my aunt, uncle, and cousins came with. So like not everyone, but almost everyone came with. So like I don't know what I was on about we would leave earlier than everyone else because like mostly everyone came with anyway. I think we were probably one of the last ones to leave actually, if anything. We would all go together. I don't know what I was on about.
My grandparents would come with, and a lot of the time I would say Auntie Alice and Uncle Lee came, but then eventually they kind of stopped, which was really sad. I kind of feel like taking a nap right now. I swear I was feeling fine at the office the whole time, and then I got in the car and I was like, nope, we're sleepy. Johnstown was always fun too. I liked that like Emma would come with and stuff, and then like we would all continue to hang out. But Grandma would always give us like a shit ton of food, and I was always kind of sad to leave actually, and it would be fucking cold. And Grandma's house was always hot, like really fucking hot. I don't know why, and I never really got a good explanation for it. Well, I remember getting one, but I didn't understand, or maybe it wasn't a good explanation. I don't know. I just didn't understand it, and I was like, what? It was fucking hot, like all the time. It was literally so hot, and like we would come in from like outside and be sweating our balls off because it was so hot in there. So that was also kind of weird too, because it would get like really cold at night, and then we would be really hot. And then Grandma died, which was really sad, and we still had Thanksgiving there. That's when I remember Jim and Brenda being there.
Okay, I kind of do a really weird job at explaining this, so I'm going to explain it better. So pretty much my great-grandma died, and then for one more year, we had Thanksgiving at my great-grandparents' house, and then the next year, we had Thanksgiving at our house, and then we went to my Auntie Amy's house for Thanksgiving, and she took over ever since then, except for during COVID and stuff, because obviously we couldn't, get together during COVID, but basically, she took over, so Thanksgiving was at her house for a really long time after that. And then, like I said, COVID kind of everything changed. So yeah, and now you're caught up to where I was. But I did a horrible job at explaining that, so I'm just re-explaining. And now you're caught up to where I am talking.
And my Auntie Amy took over, and Thanksgiving every year since then was at her house. But this year it's going to be at my Auntie Allison's house. Yeah, Thanksgiving was always at my Auntie Amy's house ever since then. And that's fun too. I always love that. Okay, I don't know what smells so good, but I want it. I can smell it. It smells so good. There's no restaurants near here though. We would do Christmas stuff in Johnstown like during Black Friday. Well, we also couldn't go anywhere either. I mean, COVID really helped out. We kind of stopped as it was, but like if we wanted to go to like Johnstown, we wouldn't be able to because I had color guard. We had the parade.
Kind of. I can't really blame it all on me. We stopped going. Our last time going was in 2016, and COVID was obviously in 2020, and I started doing color guard in 2019, so we really can't blame it all on me. I mean, if we were just to decide, hey, let's go somewhere, we wouldn't have been able to because of color guard, but we had already stopped before then, you know what I mean? So yeah.
But then, like I said, we weren't really going anyway, but COVID also with that too. But anyways, moving on. We kind of started doing like Christmassy stuff like after Thanksgiving, because like Auntie Allison and Uncle Lee, they would come up and they would stay. So yeah, so they would stay like that weekend or whatever and go back on like Saturday. And then, but yeah, I think that's it. We would kind of do like Christmassy stuff. Like one of my favorite Christmas pictures ever is from one of the ones when we went to a Christmas activity on Black Friday. But yeah, I feel like that's it. That's kind of all my stories. I was kind of mostly talking about like Thanksgiving at my great-grandparents' house. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope you really enjoyed hearing about it and hearing about it, and I hope you enjoyed the pictures, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I really hope you enjoyed. And if you guys are lucky to have like big families or like big family Thanksgivings like and holidays and stuff like that, like I have been lucky to have, that's awesome. Like I'm happy for you. And if you haven't, I hope this video helped kind of like hear that and like feel like you've had that experience too, lived vicariously through me. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your guys' day. It's actually 6 days until Thanksgiving. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.
How funny is it that I'm editing this video and this is the episode of Grey's Anatomy on? How funny is that? That was perfect.